Good day, everyone. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jane Lofranco, and my task for today is all about pedagogical grammar. So, the big question is, what is pedagogical grammar? Of this juncture, we are going to discuss what is pedagogical grammar. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, pedagogical is relating to or benefiting a teacher education. As macmillandictionary.com, pedagogical or pedagogy is relating to educational methods and principles. It shows a connections of a field of study which deals mainly with methods or a procedure of teaching and learning in schools. According to the Cambridge University Press 1994, a pedagogical grammar is a modern approach in linguistics intended to aid in teaching an additional language. If we say about linguistics, it is the study of human speech, including the units, nature, structure, and modification of language. It is meant to help and assist the teacher in teachings and additional language. Pedagogical grammar. Grammar, the rules that describe the structure of language and control the way that sentences are framed. As you can see there from the first image, you can see the word grammar, and grammar can be seen as book, education, prepositions, understand, dictionary, idioms, speech, rules, and syntax. A pedagogic grammar is a description of how to be used the grammar of a language to communicate for people wanting to learn the target language. It can be compared with a reference grammar, which just describes the grammar of the language. Pedagogic grammar contains assumptions about how learners learn, follow certain linguistic theories in their descriptions, and are written for a specific target audience. It pertains on how to use the grammar of language to communicate for those people, specifically the students want to learn the target language. However, it contains on how the learners learn, and it may follow the precise linguistic theories, and it must be written for the certain target audience. So, pedagogical grammar, like for example, it is how English works, and grammar in use are pedagogic grammars, books as they help learners use to the grammar, the language communication. In the classroom, learners can be asked to be compared different explanation of language, why different grammars, and this allow learners to think about grammar. It is true about communication. So next we have the basics of the theory. So there are 5. First, we have the pedagogic grammar itself, the psychological grammar, the linguistic grammar, the teaching material pedagogic grammar relationship, and the last but not the least, the implementation of pedagogic grammar in actual teaching. So, the concept of pedagogic grammar has been discussed for over 30 years, and there have been several attempts to summarize the data in the field of outlining the perspective. So that's all, and Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Eileen Idal. This is the continuation report of Jean Lefranco about the pedagogical grammar. So structure, this method of teaching is divided into the descriptive, grammatical analysis, and prescriptive. So this is the articulation of a set of rules, the following an analysis of the context in which it is to be used. So these are the structure of the pedagogic grammar theory: the pedagogical grammar, pedagogic grammar, teaching progress, linguistic grammar, and teaching materials. As it is follows from Figure 1, pedagogic grammar plays the role of filter between psychological grammar and linguistic grammar, and the teaching progress on the other. So, Rennie-driven refers to pedagogical grammar as a cover form for any learner or teacher-oriented description or presentation of foreign language rules complexes with the aim of promoting and guiding learning in the acquisition of language. So, according to Driven, pedagogical grammar is promoting and guiding learning the acquisition of that language. And according to Corder, it replaced the term pedagogical grammar to pedagogy of grammar, because according to him, the term does not just imply to the implicit treatment of grammar. So these are the two types of grammar, the pedagogical grammar and descriptive grammar. So pedagogical grammar it has learning grammar, teaching grammar, and integrated in textbook and independent. And descriptive grammar has reference grammar, linguistic grammar, and school grammar, university grammar, and users grammar, immediate constituents, transformational grammar, generative, and case and communicative grammar. On descriptive grammar, the focus is on the code. Linguistic data is described to reveal patterns of arrangement of the different grammatical categories. And on pedagogical grammar, the focus is on how grammatical items may be made more learnable or teachable. So descriptive is the arrangement of different grammatical categories, while the pedagogical grammar is focus how the grammar be made more understanding. What principles underlie pedagogical grammar? Pedagogical grammar is considered a hybrid grammar because it draws from and synthesizes the other conceptions of grammar, choosing that which would best suit the grammatical item being taught. So, pedagogical grammar synthesizes grammar which would be suit the grammatical item. Next is all about the 4 types of pedagogical grammar: the grammar as description, grammar as prescription, grammar set of axioms, and grammar as a internalized system, which will be discussed by the next reporter. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rose Jean Daina. This is the continuation of our report about pedagogical grammar. So, there are 4 types of pedagogical grammar. The first one is grammar as prescription. Second, grammar as description. Third, grammar as an internalized system. Last but not the least is grammar as a set of actions. Grammar as prescription focuses on rules, that is, the do's and don'ts of grammatical construction. Number 2, grammar as description focuses on the sequence of words in order to become clearer. Example, teaching of structure of modification. Letter A, adverb of place, manner, and time. So, we need to have adverb of time plus sentence plus adverb of place and manner, or sentence plus adverb of manner, place and time. Letter B, mid position or frequency adverbs. First one, subject plus verb to be plus mid position adverb plus rest of the sentence. Example, he is often late. Subject, mid position adverb plus action verb plus rest of the sentence. Example, he often comes late. Subject plus helping verb, mid position adverb plus main verb plus rest of the sentence. Example is, he has often arrived late. Number 3, grammar as an internalized system. The innate mental structures which native speaker has of his language, which guides his actual use of language and enables him sense what sounds correct and what sounds wrong, even if he control explain why. Example, if real conditional clause, native speaker. If he comes early, he'll join you. Filipino speaker, if you will come early, we will join you. 4, grammar as a set of actions. One such rule is what which pertains to the prepositional phrase. The rule stipulates that a prepositional phrase may be rewritten as a preposition followed by noun phrase, which may in turn be followed by any number of other prepositional phrases. Expansions. Number 1, there's a tree in my garden. The P in the top of the sentence meaning it's a prepositional, and the NP non-phrase. Second, there's a nest in a tree in my garden. The prepositional phrase is in a tree, noun phrase. Another prepositional phrase in my garden, noun phrase. There's an egg in a nest in a tree in my garden. And prepositional phrase, a nest, noun phrase. And prepositional phrase, a tree, noun phrase. And prepositional phrase, my garden, noun phrase. Number 4, there's an embryo in an egg and a nest in a tree in my garden. So, in prepositional phrase, an egg, noun phrase, and prepositional phrase, a nest, noun phrase, and prepositional phrase, a tree, noun phrase, and in prepositional phrase, my garden is noun phrase. So that's all. Thank you.